Hey, my name is Matthew Sage, and this is going to be a TED Talk about the Chronicle of Death Foretold. So the focus question: what role does machismo, diffusion of responsibility, and honor killings play in the storyline of a Chronicle of Death Foretold, and how do they all intertwine or tie in together? So first, I'm just going to give you a simple overview of what I'm going to be going over. So obviously, I'm going to be going over the book, Chronicle of a Death Foretold. And there's like three major points that I think are worth discussing, which is machismo, diffusion of responsibility, and honor killings. And I'm going to conclude it with how they all tie into each other and all really make the book work. So the background of A Chronicle of Death Foretold. So the setting was actually in Colombia. There were two families, Vicara and Nassar. Santiago Nassar has reportedly taken Angela's virginity, which leads to the hunt of Santiago by Pedro and Pablo Vicara. So this was a really big thing in the story because this is almost how it starts off by Santiago getting killed because there was rumors about him taking Angela's virginity. There's no evidence showing that Santiago took Angela's virginity. However, Angela tells Pedro and Pablo, and they kill Santiago in the middle of the day, not caring if his soul sees. As you can see in the picture, they're killing him and stabbing him, and in the background, the people are just watching and not really doing anything about it. And that leads to diffusion of responsibility, and it's also the bystander effect because all these people are just standing there and not really caring what's happening because they think, oh, maybe the person by me will do something about it. I'm not responsible for it. So machismo. Machismo is strong or aggressive masculine pride. They think since they're men, they're so much better than, I guess, everyone else, and they could do more than, I say, women can do. It is associated with the man's responsibility to provide for, protect, and defend his family. So machismo in the story, how it really shows is because machismo is to protect the family, and the two brothers want to protect their family name because about this rumor going around that she lost her virginity before marriage, and that's a big no-no. That back then, that's how you really lost pride in your name, and they obviously had machismo because they wanted to protect and defend their family's name. They saw no other way to avenge their sister than to kill Santiago, the one who supposedly took Angela's virginity. So, in today's day, that would be very wrong, but back then, it was almost like a normal and something that they could actually do because they wanted to respect their name, and they wanted to kill him and get revenge. And also, machismo helped feed into a plan of killing Santiago. It definitely did because they just saw they were strong and aggressive and masculine, and they don't want this guy, just this random guy, taking their sister's virginity, so they went out and killed him. So diffusion of responsibility, this is a big one. Diffusion of responsibility is a phenomenon in which people are less likely to take action when in the presence of a large group of people. As I showed you in the previous image, or as in this one, those two people that I guess are beating each other or fighting, and the people around them, they all see it, but they're all like, maybe this guy will take care of it, maybe this guy will take care of it, and they don't really feel pressured because there's so many people around them that they don't want to step in because it's none of their business. This plays a huge role in the book. When people witness honor killing, they aren't shocked by it or they have no intention to help because it happens often, and there's a large group of people watching, and they don't have the urge to help either. They just want to stay and watch, and they don't want to help someone getting hurt because they see the people around them and they're like, oh, they'll help. It doesn't have to be me. They'll help that one guy. But this ultimately leads to no one helping. So honor killings. In certain cultures, the killing of a relative, especially girl or woman, who is perceived to have brought dishonor to the family. So honor killings happen when same thing as Angela. She lost her virginity before marriage, and typically the family would go out and kill her because she's disrespecting the name, and that's the worst thing that could happen is if you disrespect the family name. In the Chronicle of Death Foretold, an example of this would be Angela, how she or there was rumors about her sleeping with Santiago, and she didn't want to wait until marriage to lose her virginity, and that brings up a great dishonor to the family name, as I stated previously, because it really ruins the reputation, not only the girl, but of the whole family name. And this is a huge no-no, and this is really a great way to dishonor your family back then. So I'm gonna sum it up with how they all really tie in together. As rumors spread that Santiago took Angela's virginity, the Vaccaro brothers wanted to get their revenge. They didn't want to just sit and watch their last name or their name get disrespected just because some rumors. So they went out and killed Santiago. They wanted revenge and they wanted their family name back. They didn't want all these rumors going around that their sister lost her virginity before marriage, because that it just brings great disrespect and great dishonor to the family. The machismo in the story shows how the Vaccaro brothers had a strong masculine pride and were not worried about killing Santiago, and that's very true. They killed Santiago in broad daylight, and they didn't really care who saw. And all the people who did see, they didn't care because there were so many of them. It was a division of responsibility, and just machismo really fed into them because they thought they had great pride and great like masculinity. But today, in today's age, that wouldn't really happen, because losing your virginity before marriage, it's not so uncommon, and it doesn't really disrespect the family's name today as it did back then, and as it would kill people back then just for doing it. And ultimately, the diffusion of responsibility, this this played a huge role because it showed how people witnessed the killing, but it was a normal occurrence. And since multiple people saw the murder, they just ignored it. They didn't do anything. They didn't go help, try getting police. They all saw it and they all thought, I'm not gonna take care of it. It's not my place. It's not my time to go and jump in, and they just don't feel pressured of helping. But if it were one person, it'd be more. They would have more like a way of going to get help, because if there's multiple people, they'll all think one of each other is gonna go get help. And this is my works cited. So basically, these are like the photos I used. Also, I searched up diffusion of responsibility, honor killings. I did some more research on the actual book, and yeah, and that's my TED talk on the Chronicle of Death Foretold. Thank you.